Salam Aleikum. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, February 18th, 8:26 a.m. and it's the first day of Ramadan. I want to make sure that I fast for all 30 days, inshallah. And today's video is how to be a warrior. This is something that is interesting discussion topic. How to be a warrior. Now, this mindset and this way of living is not simple. It's a very difficult one to have. In a day like today, I think that it's probably the easiest time period for people to slip into issues. Our phones give us access to knowledge that is insane to understand, really. To see how much knowledge is out there. And if certain people in history had been able to be brought to this time period and have access to these sorts of amenities, I wonder what they would be able to create. But again, Allahu A'lam, that means everything is through the will of God, through the will of Allah. So, how to be a warrior. This is a bit of a difficult topic, but let me land. A warrior, in my opinion, is someone who fights themselves more than ever, every moment. A warrior for me is someone who wars with themselves, who's at war with themselves. That, to me, is a warrior. A warrior is not someone who is on the battlefield and fighting and killing other people. No. That just happens to be someone who is partaking in warfare. A warrior is a very different sort of a person. This can be men and women. This is another thing that I need to really hone in on. Just because we have these, examples throughout history of what warriors and what great leaders and they always happen to be with men, this does not mean that the qualities that these individuals have are not able to be had in women. And I believe the way that they manifest themselves, the way that they showcase themselves in women is a bit different. I am not a woman, so I definitely cannot speak to how they manifest themselves in women, but being raised around women primarily in my life, the way that women go about being this sort of a warrior is showcasing strength. Is that the smartest way? I don't think so. I think that the smarter way to showcase strength is really to show restraint. Now that, for me, is a true sign of a warrior. Someone who is able to fight with themselves. You can fight anyone in this world and win, and you can be considered a great warrior in that field of battle or whatever. But a real warrior is someone who actually is in control of themselves, even in the view of others who may perceive that they are not. I wanted to also talk about strength. Strength is a very particular type of asset to have nowadays. Okay? For all you who are into finances and all these sorts of things, assets, right? You already know I don't have to go into. The asset that strength is to you as an individual is magnificent. Strength is something you hone. You are not born strong. In fact, you are born weak. You are needing others. That is not a sign of weakness. That is actual weakness, because you are in a position of need. You need assistance. You need to be raised. You need to be sheltered. You need to be taken care of. But strength is something that is developed, like the calluses on a hand that works hard. So again, what a warrior is someone who fights themselves every single moment. What they want to do and what they actually end up doing. That is the sign of a warrior. And then strength is something that you, me, and everyone have to hone. Does everyone have the ability to do this? Yes. Does everyone take the time to do it? No. Some are privileged enough to do so, whilst others are underprivileged and they don't. Again, this world is of a decision of your own to do what you will with it. Do what you want. You will reap the benefits and the consequences of your actions. So again, try your hardest to be a warrior and try your hardest to be strong in this world. Thank you very much for listening to another one of my videos. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you guys think. Thank you. Salam Aleikum.